I am legally insane, and my wife left me because I spent all of our money on retro video games and Nintendo Switch games. I have over 600 Nintendo Switch games. I'm trying to get to over 9,000 retro video games. And the wife thought it would be wise to file for divorce, all because the repo man came and took the car. Didn't pay the car payment, bought a couple of rare games instead. Some of which are hidden behind these adult-sized diapers, and I'm going to show you what I got, what I paid for each of these games, and why you might also be interested in some of these games. Repo Man made a big mistake. He may have taken the car, but he didn't take the adult diapers. I got a 6-month supply. Those things ain't cheap. He didn't take any retro games or the diapers. First up, we got a pretty dang rare game, one of the rarest and biggest hidden gems, if not the biggest hidden gem on the entire GameCube console. Lost Kingdoms number 2. I've wanted this game for many, many years. It only went up in price over that time period, from the day that I found out about it. And I was one of the many people that didn't even know that this game existed until, it was already expensive, I guess. It's Lost Kingdoms number 2, which is significantly, vastly improved over Lost Kingdoms number 1. I have Lost Kingdoms number 1 as well. For whatever reason, this game is a lot more common and less sought after as well. I guess Lost Kingdoms 2 didn't sell very good. In fact, I don't even think Lost Kingdoms 1 sold very good. It's a rather short game. That may have played a role in its downfall. It's an RPG. Should have mentioned that right off the bat, but it's a very unique RPG. It's not your classic turn-based RPG. It's more of an action RPG. It's unique because you fight with cards, or your attack. Well, it's not a card game though. Okay, so it's not a Yu-Gi-Oh. You're not sitting there placing card down, but all of your attacks come from cards in your deck. And if you use a card, that's it. Okay, so one-time use. I mean, it's just like, I guess it is just like Yu-Gi-Oh! In that regard. Once you use a card, it's gone, right? You can only use a card one time. You get 30 cards in your deck, Lost Kingdoms 2, and you have those 30 cards to beat the level or the dungeon that you are in. So you have to kind of play smart. You can't just go in gun trigger happy and killing everything and then expect to have enough cards to fight the boss at the end. But at the same time, maybe you can. There's a risk versus reward going on here. Do you explore and open every chest and then try to beat the boss after? Because you might not have enough cards if you do that. I do want to point out too, some of the attacks. The attacks vary as well. So everything from typical spells, healing spells, status effect spells, to a card just being an attack of some sort. Maybe you summon a monster, the monster does one attack, but there's other cards where you actually morph into the monster. And then you're running around like an actual action RPG and attacking the enemies. And I paid a lot of money for it. I paid $150, but here's the thing. I screwed myself. I made a mistake. I didn't follow my own advice that I give you guys all the time. I cheaped out. I don't have a manual. And I regret that. I tell people, never do that. If you're a CIB collector, which most people are, never ever cheap out. I thought I could get a manual. I had high hopes that I had seen a couple of manuals go on eBay, and I thought I could get one. One of them even had a best offer on it. I thought, there's no way this guy isn't going to take my offer. He's selling a manual. No one's ever going to buy it. He was asking for like $100 for the manual. $100. And I thought, there's no way he's not going to lower the price for me. And sure enough, somebody actually bought that friggin' manual. I paid $150 on eBay. $150, like after shipping and taxes, $151. But mine doesn't have a manual. CIB currently going for about 210 Canadian. In USD, that is roughly 150 USD. It does fluctuate wildly. Probably condition plays a role. And you used to be able to get it for cheap. You used to be able to get it for $50 for the longest time ever. This chart over here is in USD. Just flatlines. Well, the world's slowest creep up. Meaning it was mostly flatlined for years. Nobody knew about it. That was probably why, to be honest, because it is quite rare. Nobody knew about it. And something happened. Looks like roughly 2018. I gotta take my shades off to see that. 2018, 2019, it started creeping up a little bit for the first time at a more rapid pace. Had that huge COVID boom. It may have been triggered by COVID / GameCube was really hot around this particular time. And for all you morons out there who thought, oh, COVID, just the prices only went up because of COVID. They're all gonna crash after. Well, they never did, and you're a retard. You're retarded for saying that. Have you looked at retro game prices ever in your entire life? They've done nothing but go up. Super Nintendo games haven't come down. NES games haven't come down. N64 games haven't come down. PlayStation 1 games haven't come down. Sega Genesis games ain't coming down anytime soon. And you thought GameCube was just going to crash? Or all of them were just going to crash? Back then, what did you think you were going to get? 2018 pricing? We're getting all this inflation? You think you're going to get 2018 pricing? And plus, it's a generational thing. You know, GameCube was hot for a while. It's cooled off now. GameCube's cooled off. Paid good money for it, but I also got... This is one of my best purchases, I think. The one that I'm most excited about. This is Lost Kingdoms 2 Strategy Guide. I've gotten into collecting strategy guides again. I'm heavy into them for the RPGs. I don't care anymore. You know what? I've told this story before, but I grew up with strategy guides playing Final Fantasy games. I had a strategy guide for Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo. I think it was the unofficial one. And I had the unofficial one for the Final Fantasy 7. I had the Super Mario RPG strategy guide, and I loved those guides. What else did I have? That might have been it, actually. But I played the hell out of those games. So I used those guides, buddy. I sunk probably 1,000 hours into Final Fantasy 3. 1,000 hours. So there was a period of time when I stopped using guides because I think I succumbed to peer pressure. I had all my friends always complaining that I had strategy guide because we all had the same RPGs. We're all talking about this RPGs at school and whatnot, and I always knew all the secrets, right? you couldn't get anything past me, and I would always, I guess they thought I thought I was better than them because I was smarter than them and I was doing better at the games, getting all the secrets. I never missed a dang spell, and probably they're right. I did think I was better than them. They're probably right. But I succumbed to pressure and I stopped using strategy guides because they would always complain and say, oh, it's taken away from the game. The game's not as fun anymore. Well, I realized in my older age, I said, screw you guys. Screw you. To me, the game was always funner with a strategy guide in my hand. Every time I'd be reading the guide as I'm playing the game. And I miss those days. I miss doing that. Being in the dungeon, I'm reading the guide. Guide says, top left corner, there's a chest. Go top left corner. Okay, I got the guide right in front of me. I got the controller in my hand. I go top left. I go get the chest. Oh, there's a hidden wall back there. Thank you for letting me know. I go right in there, stress-free. I'm getting all the secrets. I don't have to worry about missing anything. So I'm back on the guides. I don't care. I don't have time to figure stuff out on my own. I don't have time for that no more. So Lost Kingdoms 2, game number 1. Pick that one up. Next up, we got Afro Samurai. Not just one, 2 copies. Steal of a deal. I'm going to jail. This is my last video. Somebody call the cops. Right now, FBI on the phone. Get the FBI on the phone. I'm going to turn myself in if you don't call them right now. So, last video, subscribe, smash the like button. You're never going to see me again. The first one I paid $5 for. Got a sticker on it, though. What is that? What is that? Is it a sticker? Oh, no. No, sorry, that's not a sticker. That's his samurai blade. What is that? I gotta take my shades off to even see that. What the hell is that? Yeah, it's a bloody samurai blade. These shades are dark, guys. So, yeah, $5. CB, no manual. Afro Samurai. And I'll talk about the game in a minute. Because I know what some of you guys are thinking. Every time I talk about Afro Samurai, every single time, somebody writes in the comments how that game sucks. After I say it's a good game and I talk about it, they always say, that game sucks. Nobody wants that game. It was on my Xbox 360 prices video for prices going up. In the 6.69 Xbox 360 game prices going up series that I did. And of course, there was at least 1, 2, 3 commenters every time I brought that game up and said, oh, no, that game's never going to go up. Nobody wants Afro Samurai. That game sucks. Well, maybe you think it sucks. And maybe it does suck. But we'll talk about that. Next, I got another copy of Afro Samurai, CIB this time. No slipcover, though. That's important. No slipcover, paid $10. Canadian dollars. Canadian dollars. I'm not even talking US dollars. $2 US is like, or $5 Canadian is like $3 American. So I got 2 copies because I got them for cheap. That's why. I'm going to sell them. I'm going to sell them on eBay. Because I already own it. And I got the slipcover. This is my OG copy. I bought this at EB Games back in the day. Electronic Boutique Canadian store, which is GameStop. It's a Canadian GameStop. The slipcover is where the money's at. Oh, dang. It's going to slip out. Game's going to slip out. It's a really... they didn't cheap out on it either. It's one of the ones that opens up. Really, really cool stuff. Very, very cool. I bought this brand new. Not even used. I got it brand new. It's even got a sticker at the side, which they ruined it. Thanks a lot. That's the GameStop EB Games treatment. On brand new games, they like to put stickers on them. So, yeah, I got it because, I mean, let's just pull up the chart. I mean, it's a steal of a deal. That's why I paid $5 and $10. CIB goes for $43, although that is deceptive because these listings are a mix of versions with and without the slipcover. So you're going to pay a premium for the slipcover. See, this guy paid 58 Canadian. Let's go to USD because I know most viewers are American. So yeah, it's a $31 USD game at present. It's coming down from that a 360 summer boom, and it's looking for a floor as we speak. $30 is a reasonable level for a floor. And I've mentioned this before as well, but those parabolic spikes, they always come down and find what the true level should be, but they will never go back down to the old price. So let's just say the floor is $30. You can pretend that the parabolic spike never occurred and just draw what the trend would have been had that certain trigger event never have occurred. It would have crept up to whatever level we have today. The market always corrects and finds what the true value is. So yeah, $41. See? 30 on price charting, but I bet you this has a slipcover. Just this sold today or yesterday because I'm filming this at 2 a.m. Yeah, it sold yesterday. Not even 24 hours ago. See? Slipcover. Very good condition. Beautiful game. Yeah. If you have a slipcover or a good condition game, do not sell it for cheap. 41 USD. Oh, it was an auction too. Wow. That's crazy, man. He might even got a little bit higher if he had done a buy it now. Probably could have got 45 or even 50. Dang, man, he's very good condition. This is better condition than mine. Mine's got a sticker on it. So, here's what I want to say about Afro Samurai. For those that say that this game sucks. Whether the game sucks or not is an eye of the beholder thing. It got average reviews. It's an average game. It's not bad. It's not great. Okay, it's like a pretty decent game. But what I tell people is the person who would really actually enjoy this game is somebody who actually watched Afro Samurai, the anime, and who actually really enjoys that anime. It's for Afro Samurai fans. When I bought the game brand new back in the day, which I never bought brand new games back in the day, just about never, I bought it as a fan of Afro Samurai. That's it. I love Afro Samurai. I have the DVD. I don't want to give the story away, but the gist of it is Afro's father was killed. His father had the #1 headband. The lore is, the myth, the legend is, if you have the #1 headband, you are the strongest warrior in the universe and you become a god. You are a godlike being. But only the #2 headband can challenge the #1. So to kill a god, you have to kill the #1, who let's just assume that he is immortal. You have to have the #2 headband. So everyone in the world is trying to kill whoever has the #2 headband in order to challenge the #1.
If you wear the #2 band, then you must fight!
But, oh yeah, okay, hold on. So here's the thing, though. Here's what makes this such a legendary game and anime series. This is why I'm such a big advocate for Afro Samurai. The story is incredible. The movie and the game is like 90% action. Okay, it's famous for blood, guts. You can chop the limbs off your opponents. The anime especially. But that 10% story is so good. It's deep. It's like Rambo. People think Rambo is all about action. The movies, Rambo the movies. It's nothing but action. Killing people. Rambo just kills thousands of people. That's not what Rambo's about. The point being, Rambo's got the 10% plot in Rambo is very, very deep. And the 10% plot in Afro Samurai is incredibly deep. Incredibly deep. You have to experience it to understand.
We both died a long time ago. Afro. We're demons. Ghosts. No one will mourn for us. I have to kill you. Then maybe these tears will flow no more.
Okay, next up, we got a couple more games that I am going to jail once again. You thought I was kidding? I got Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, CIB, although at the time, so $26 Canadian. I got these a while ago, though. At the time, Sonic was not trading at what it's trading at today. Price charts for 101 Canadian dollars today. It was not that high when I bought it, though. When I bought this, also got a second copy. This copy is CB. I don't remember what I paid. I wasn't able to write it down because, well, one, I just couldn't find it. But number two, I got another copy that I did find, CD only, and I paid 13 Canadian dollars. And I originally bought this with the intent to sell it or bundle it with a GameCube that I'm going to sell. So all of these were I was originally intent on selling, except for the CIB copy. And I'm glad I took forever to sell them, because I have a backlog of things that I need to sell. Because that worked out heavily in my favor, unexpectedly in my favor, because this thing has gone parabolic and I should probably sell it quickly because I don't know if this is going to last. In fact, I don't think it will. I'm quite shocked at this move. I think everyone is shocked right now because a lot of Sonic games have gone to the frickin' moon, especially on the GameCube, or more specifically on the GameCube. Yeah, it's currently going for 101 CIB. No sign of stopping yet. 71 USD. That is absolutely bonkers. Pure insanity. What about loose listening? Yeah, I should probably sell this, man. See, I was originally going to bundle it, though. I didn't even want to sell my loose disc on eBay. I wanted to bundle it with a GameCube to sell locally. It's been my experience that when you're trying to sell a console locally, you got to bundle it with like one or two games that'll trigger somebody's nostalgia, because you're looking for somebody that doesn't currently own a GameCube. So you got to make them want to GameCube. So you got to throw in a game, like a really unique GameCube game or a PS1 game, whatever it is, something unique to that console. Throw it in there and trigger their nostalgia, and they'll come and buy it. I've sold consoles that way before, PlayStation 1s in particular. Because you can have a PS2 will play PS1 games. So why would somebody want a PS1? Well, if you trigger their nostalgia, and they probably don't already own a PS2, right? You're just looking for somebody that's a casual gamer, typically. So Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut is a GameCube exclusive, and it's the definitive way to play Sonic Adventure. It got bad reviews, but only because at the time they were saying that Sonic Adventure itself had not aged well. They have a couple of improvements to the game, a couple of new levels, is my understanding, and there's also a bunch of GameCube games on here. Or, sorry, Game Gear games. So that's a nice, cool bonus. Yeah, this one's gotten very expensive, so picked up a couple of those. We'll also quickly show, I picked up Mario 3. I've mentioned this. I find this one every now and then. I've found several of them in the past. I'll put up a picture of the last one that I sold. The last one I sold on eBay, I think I sold it for $29, and it sold within like 24 hours, maybe 48 hours. I know it was fast. If you have a good label, you can charge a premium. So I charged a premium at the time. The going rate was roughly less than, $25, let's say. $25, 24 Canadian for a Mario 3. But if the label was mint, you could get more. So I think I charged $29, free shipping. A store bought it right away, meaning that store likely sells it for anywhere between $35, $40, right? Stores can sell these very popular games for a premium. People always buy them. And, a lot of people that see this game at a thrift store or something, if you see it available for $10, you would think that you wouldn't, that's what it's worth. But it's not. You would think that nobody wants to buy this game today because anyone who wants it already owns it. But that's not true, because they sell like hotcakes. It's still selling. Still to this day, it is selling fast, frequently, and fast on eBay, especially mint condition label, for a good price. And I also got TMNT for the purpose of bundling with an NES to sell. This is not worth anything. I paid $3 for it. I don't even know what it goes for on eBay. It's not much. I would not make any money any money at all, probably, if I sold it on eBay, depending on what it goes for. But they recently increased shipping prices. This was to bundle with an NES game console that I need to sell locally. So I'm going to put a RoboCop in with the bundle. maybe a Mario game, you know, classic, very cheap and classic games, and I'll bundle it. That's a pro tip for you if you ever need to sell something. Oh, here's another one that I almost forgot. I had this. This was supposed to be the Game Boy Advance game that I was supposed to be in my last retro game pickups video. And I lost it. I couldn't find the dang thing. I knew it was in the box at one point, though. And it turns out it was actually in the box. I didn't take it out of the box. It was actually just hidden underneath all the bubble wrap. Yeah, so I did find it. It was in the box. I couldn't see it. Oh, sorry. This is Nightmare Before Christmas. Game Boy Advance. Paid $26 for this. What's that price chart for? Not cheap, I know that. $42.82 Canadian. This is what price chart's for. And I was very happy to pick this one up. This is a hidden gem that not very many people know about. A lot of the Nightmare Before Christmas games are actually hidden gems. Actually, all of them are. Every single one. They've never made a bad Nightmare Before Christmas game, as far as I know. And it's the Game Boy Advance one it's not bad. It's not exactly a 10 out of 10 game either, though. Just be aware. It's an action platformer, but it has Metroidvania elements. So some people will go as far as to call it a Metroidvania. It's not really a Metroidvania, though. It just has Metroidvania elements, some of the backtracking and whatnot, the level design and the abilities. But it's more of a action platformer than it is a Metroidvania. It's a mix between the two. It's got elements of both. So how I plan to actually play this, though, I've been collecting Game Boy Advance games. I'm not a handheld gamer. I'm not a handheld gamer guy. I rarely ever pick up these games, but I've been getting more and more because it's a console generation that I missed. I missed out on it. I had no interest back in the day. And it wasn't until many years later that I realized that I had made a big mistake. It's very hard to find good prices on these games nowadays, too. They're very expensive. All the good ones are very rare and expensive. I mean, the bottom was way down here. $6 in 2014. Nobody was collecting Game Boy Advance back then. Dang, man. $42 loose today. Been tearing higher. Wild swings. Once the market finds out about a hidden gem, that's it. You know, you can't get it for $4 no more. So, very cool game. I'm waiting until I get a Game Boy Advance player for the GameCube, which I have one. I just don't have the dang CD to be able to play the freaking games. And that CD is pricier than the unit itself, the Game Boy Advance actual player that attaches to the GameCube. The friggin' CD costs more than the hardware. Okay, speaking of Game Boy Advance, that's right. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I got Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16. Camera doesn't want to pick that up, but I am not ashamed to admit it. I picked it up, and I'm going to play it. Mary-Kate and Ashley. Sweet 16. What's it called? License to Drive. Oh, sorry. Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 License to Drive. And I paid $1 for it. $1 Canadian. And I'm quite happy I did. $1 Canadian, and it trades for $6.99 loose. $6.99. Chart hasn't done much. Chart ain't doing much. Okay, what's that in USD? USD is $9.90. Oh no, sorry, $5 USD. $5. But look at this. Somebody recently paid $9.99. Oh, sorry, no. Sorry, yeah, loose. We want the loose. Somebody recently paid $7.99 USD. That's a lot of money. Dang, dude. Wow. Okay, what is that Canadian? 14. No, sorry, no. $11.33. Wow, that's still a lot. For what it is, that's a lot, dude. I don't know who bought that. See? Somebody bought it. Doesn't even have a picture and somebody bought it. Who the hell did that? That's ridiculous. Stock photo picture? You know that condition isn't any good. You know that's not good condition. Look at how freaking expensive this one is. Mary-Kate and Ashley, Girls Night Out. Holy hell, man. So anyways, the point is, this is a terrible mini game, a bunch of driving mini games, driving various vehicles. And if you're wondering why I got it, I'll tell you why I got it. Because I like bad games. I think bad games are fun. You bring a buddy over. I like to have friends over and play bad games. And that's also why I want the dang GameCube player so I can play on the big screen on the GameCube, and we can pass the controller and play these games and beat the game. Why not beat the game with a buddy? I like bad games. Now you're gonna have to find a buddy that's willing to play bad games with you. That's the hardest part. Yeah, to be honest, because not everybody likes bad games. They always bitch and whine. Oh, this game sucks. Okay, well maybe you suck, and maybe you suck at the game. And maybe you think the game sucks because you do suck at the game. You suck so bad at the game that you're now blaming the game for the fact that you suck. Because I think there's a lot of games, there is such thing as so bad it's good. And if I can't get $1 of entertainment, I mean, is that, like, there's no way I can't get $1 frickin' dollar worth of entertainment. So if you're saying, well, I would never buy that game. Okay, well, I can always resell it. Or friggin' pawn shop will give me $1. Pawn shop will give you $1 for any game. Because I've sold games to the pawn shop before. They give you $1 by default. And I'm dead serious. They will rip you off. They will give you $1 for a rare game. Unless you specifically tell them, this game is rare, I know what it's worth. They default to $1. That's how they make their money. Dumb idiot mums, dumb idiot dads, dumb idiot grandmas go in there selling their kids' game collections. Or a collection that they found in the attic. They give you $1. You have, and they know what they're doing. They know that Lost Kingdoms 2 is a rare game. They know it. But they'll give me $1. They'll give me my $1 back. And I can guarantee you I'll get more than $1 worth of entertainment. Okay, what else we got? Rampage. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got Rampage. And I paid a lot of money for it. And I'm perfectly happy paying a lot of money for this. I've wanted this game for 30 years. And I played it back in the day. I rented it. I know I rented it because I have a memory that says I rented it. And it's 2-player. Guys, Rampage is so underrated. Oh my gosh. Even the newer ones are underrated too. The newer ones, like somebody might say, well, why would you get the NES version? I don't want to play the NES version. Give me the N64 version or the PS1 version. Well, what you don't get is that the N64 and the PS1 version, it's the same freaking game. It's the same game. It's just like better graphics and more characters. But the gameplay of Rampage has always been very basic. So if you like the N64 version, you would like this version. It's underrated. And it's fun. Like this type of game would never get old. And imagine having this back in the day if you had a brother or a sister that you could have played this with. Because 2-player is where it's at. Like I'm not playing this on single player. I don't have any interest in beating this game on single player. I mean, I think that's a friggin', like, certain games are designed to play 2-player. Okay, I think that this is one of them. Okay, I think everyone knows what this is, but it's based on the arcade game. You're either Godzilla or King Kong in this version. There's only 2 characters. And you're smashing buildings and, like, eating humans. How you pass each level is by destroying all the buildings. So you're trying to destroy them as fast as possible, but you're also taking bullets to the face and these humans attacking you. So you have a limited number of limited health bar. So very, very cool game. Very happy for that. I paid 17 bucks. I think that's about what it's worth. Yeah, it's worth about, see, price charts for 21 Canadian. So probably, on eBay with shipping and taxes for a good label, I would pay, probably about 20 bucks. Sometimes more. Like, look at this guy, paid 19.85. $28 for this one. Holy hell, man. Cleaned and tested. That's a good marketing play. Just say you cleaned and tested it and charge a premium. Smart son of a bitch. Dang, man. Let's see. Let's check out the label on this one. Dang. Two of them. Stock photo. 1995 USD. Not bad, eh? Dang, man. Wow. Probably free shipping for Americans, I would imagine. That's a lot of money. Well, speaking of Rampage, perhaps now is a good time to show you. I ain't no dummy. I also got Rampage. World Tour number 2, super rare game. Not very sought after, but I got screwed. I think I need the community help on this one. Maybe I need to post on Reddit. Somebody's got to help me out. I bought this on eBay. Label's good. It's very hard to get a good price for this game with a good label. This game is not as common as you think it is. It's actually quite rare. It's very hard to find. I've just about never ever in my life seen one in the wild, and I rarely ever see them up for auction. Almost never. This game is rarer than it sounds. It's not highly sought after, and that's the only reason it's not a $300 game. It might be one day, though. Yeah, Rampage, number 2, World Tour. I paid $44 on eBay, I think. I'm going to have to pull up the eBay purchase because I think I got scammed. But hold on, let me show you why I think I got scammed. Look at this. They didn't show a picture of the back in the eBay listing. Where's all the text? Why is it smooth as butter? Baby bottom smooth. Is this a fake back? Is this some third party back? Because the label looks legit. It feels legit. It looks legit. It looks like it's used. It's even got like some flaws in the corner. It looks like it was well loved, and it's got scratches on it, plenty of scratches. I can see all the scratches from being old. It's not a new label. But why, like, how does that happen? Because now I'm going to have to case swap it with some other cheaper game, like a sports game. But then it ruins my sports game. I'm a very picky collector. Even though I'm going to, like, take Madden 64 or something, swap the back, that still ruins my Madden game. The game might only be worth $3, but it still ruined the game. And I'm a collector. I want my games in good condition. It does something mentally wrong with my brain when you give me a piss poor condition game. I don't like it. I don't want the freaking game. You give me a freaking busted up Madden? That pisses me off. I don't want it. So I don't know what the hell happened here. I thought about like demanding a refund. I also sell on eBay though. I don't know. I just didn't think it was worth it. I figured I'd just case swap it. It was a good price at least. Like I did save a little bit of money on the price. But what the hell happened here? What a freaking scam, dude. I don't know. See, even the back is all scratched up a little bit. Like it looks like it's been used. Wow, that's really weird. Really, really weird. I need the community help on that. If anybody knows what happened with this Rampage, please let me know. I think this version is 4-player, so I'm excited to try this. Rampage, I think, is a little bit chaotic beyond 2 players, though. There's too much going on. Maybe do 2 or 3 tops. It might even only be 3-player. Actually, I think the arcade version might have been 3-player. And by the way, there are cheat codes. Go on GameFAQ, cheat codes. I want to beat the game. I will be using cheat codes. I have no problem popping in a Game Genie if there's no cheat codes for this. If I go in GameFAQ and I don't see any cheat codes, I will be using Game Genie. I don't care. I like to cheat. I don't care anymore. I'm an old man. I don't care. I'm tired of people telling me, oh, cheating takes away from the game. Takes away from the fun. Screw you, buddy. Screw you. I used to say that too. I used to say that back in the day. I used to say it too. You know, now I play all my games on easy mode. I don't even care. I do not care anymore. I don't have time. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to get to over 9,000 subscribers, on my way to collecting over 9,000 retro video games. And I'm doing all that while trying very hard to stay out of prison. Easier said than done. Also have a Patreon in the description below if you'd like to support the channel. Please go ahead and check that out. I have a link to my Xbox 360 iTunes rap song. Listen, all I'm saying, purchase the song, 99 cents. Drive downtown. Find the downtown 7-Eleven. Everybody's got one. Go downtown, park behind the dumpster, turn that song on max volume, and thank me later.